Fighting your opponent is expected. Fighting the referee? That's when things turn into complete chaos. Some fighters wake up from a knockout, still in zombie mode. Some are sore losers, convinced the ref got it all wrong. And some, well, they just didn't get the memo on sportsmanship.
Oh! The cartwheel kick and he's took out the ref.
What you're about to see is what happens when fighters decide the referee isn't the authority in the room. During the fight between Robert Gidron and Chauncey Foxworth, things got messy fast. Gidron grabbed the cage to stop a takedown, which, for the record, is very illegal in MMA. Referee John Munz rushed in to enforce the rule and shoved him away from the cage. But Gidron was still in full fight mode. So instead of backing off, he shoved the referee right back. Now you've got a fighter and a referee squaring up inside the cage like they're about to headline the next fight. Was the referee too aggressive? Or did Gidron simply forget who the enemy was? Either way, when the ref becomes part of the fight, things have already gone very wrong. If you think that was chaotic, wait until you see Julio de Jesus. After losing to Angel Cruz, de Jesus was not exactly thrilled with the referee's decision to stop the fight. While the ref turned away to walk off, de Jesus decided the best way to appeal the result was apparently to punch the referee in the face. The official retaliated with a wild hook before exiting. Safe to say, that is not how you file a protest. Former UFC champion Conor McGregor proved you don't even have to be on the fight card to end up in a scrap with the official. When his teammate, Charlie Ward, scored a knockout win, McGregor didn't wait for the cage door to open. He hopped the fence to celebrate before the bout was officially over. Referee Mark Goddard was still trying to check on the downed fighter and maintain order, but McGregor wasn't having it. When Goddard tried to usher him out, the Notorious lost it, shoving the veteran referee in the back and sparking a massive confrontation. He even managed to slap a Bellator staff member during the ensuing scramble, proving that in MMA, the chaos isn't always limited to the guys actually wearing the gloves. Most referees try to stay calm, but sometimes they have to get involved. After losing to Honorio Benario, fighter Razi Jabari was already furious. When the referee asked him to shake hands, like fighters usually do, Jabari responded with a middle finger, some very colorful language, and then a sucker punch. Unfortunately for him, the referee Joey Lepiton clearly had some grappling skills, because seconds later, Jabari was suddenly discovering that referees also know how to execute a clean takedown. The situation was quickly controlled, but Jabari definitely learned something that night. Referees can fight too. Later that same night, CD fought Dustinel again, this time one-on-one in an influencer bout. They hugged before the bell. 40 seconds later, Dustinel shot a double leg, CD locked a guillotine, and Dustinel tapped.
Then
Dustinel tried to attack CD anyway. Zaharia stepped in. Dustinel kept pushing. Zaharia grabbed him by the throat and chokeslammed him into the canvas.
Ce surpriză! Se pare că conflictul nu s-a terminat încă. Yamato.
One referee, one night, two takedowns. At another Romanian event, where fighters were apparently competing in jeans for some reason, things got heated after the knockout.
4 de kilograme în plus pentru superpunice, își spun câteodată cuvântul, dar să vedem la capitolul
foarte frumos acest roundhouse kick.
The winner started celebrating a little too aggressively right in his opponent's face. The referee decided the fastest way to calm things down was to attempt a full wrestling throw. And honestly, the form was pretty solid. At Agrelin 19, things got ugly. Nasufovic locked in a rear naked choke and Ott tapped, but the referee missed it. Nasufovic eventually let go himself, but Ott was livid. He stood up, charged the referee, shoved him, and landed a punch before officials could get between them. Sometimes it's just bad luck. In this kickboxing match, Robin Sirik went for a strike that went horribly off target, accidentally kicking the referee right in the middle of the action.
See that counter left hook over the top, really sweet, sharp. 22 years of age, so it's a spinning kick. Just hit yoke right. That hit him absolutely clean in the body.
It's a rare sight, but a reminder that the third man in the ring is always in the line of fire.
It wasn't on purpose. 3 men having a fight.
This is one of the strangest zombie moments in MMA.
After Zoltsetseg scored a 55-second knockout, referee Olivier Coste stepped in. Ma Jiawen was so out of it that he thought the ref was his opponent. He grabbed the referee's leg and desperately tried to lock in a knee bar submission. The ref had to literally fight his way out of a leg lock while Wen was still unconscious on his feet. Sometimes the referee doesn't even do anything wrong. He's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. During a fight between Keyshawn Davis and Miguel Madueno, tempers flared at the end of a round. The fighters started shoving and talking trash. The referee stepped in to separate them and immediately got smacked in the face. Not intentionally, but still. That's probably the least appreciated job in boxing. And sometimes fighters just cannot handle the ref breaking up their clinch. Enter Gilbert Yvel, who clearly believed the referee was biased against him during his fight with Adi Backman. After the ref stepped in to separate a clinch, Yvel went full, "What's the ref doing here?" mode. He hooked the referee to the ground and then unleashed a soccer kick. The result? Instant disqualification and a lesson in how not to argue with the person holding the rulebook. End your life in their hands. Now we get to the really confusing ones. During a fight involving Jesse Joe Mesa, the referee stopped the bout after an illegal kick. Mesa eventually got up, but he was extremely dazed and disoriented. Unfortunately, his brain hadn't quite caught up with reality yet. So Mesa stood up, looked around, and started punching the referee, thinking the fight was still going. Luckily, the official, a former fighter himself, calmly clinched him and waited for his brain to reboot. Because sometimes after a knockout, your brain wakes up like, all right, round 2. But that's nothing compared to this. After being knocked out cold, one fighter woke up in a complete zombie state.
In his last fight.
Let's hope these guys. Oh, right away.
Push kick right to the face,
And
right
a
away.
knee, and a nice punch, elbow, punch.
There's a reason why he's called Showtime, ladies.
Instead of recuperating, he jumped on the referee's back and started applying a rear naked choke.
He's going for the rear naked choke on Brandon Gallows. This is serious. Holy
Apparently,
shit.
he believed the referee was still his opponent. The poor official suddenly found himself in a surprise grappling match he definitely did not sign up for. Thankfully, the fighter's corners stepped in before things got worse. But that referee probably went home thinking, next time, I'm staying in the stands. At ACA, Young Eagles 12, the fight didn't end with the bell. After Alibekov was declared the winner, Gugov's supporters were so enraged by the decision that they stormed the cage.
Спорный эпизод. Почему? Объясню. Потому что был...
It turned into a full-scale riot as the crowd tried to attack the referee. Security and officials had to fight through a mob to get the ref out safely. In another chaotic bout, one fighter is being attended to while the other completely loses his mind. For reasons only God knows, the fighter charges across the cage to attack a specific official. The cage erupts into a swarm of cornermen and security, trying to prevent a total disaster. Sometimes the fight is already over, but emotions are still boiling. After his fight at UFC Fight Night 95, heavyweight Roy Nelson believed the referee allowed too many strikes. So during the post-fight moment, he walked over and kicked referee John McCarthy in the butt. Not exactly devastating, but still enough to earn him a 9-month suspension. Because apparently, even light kicking the referee is still frowned upon. And finally, one of the most dangerous situations. During a fight at UAE Warriors, Ahmad Al-Darmaki locked in a rear naked choke. His opponent tapped. The referee stepped in to stop the fight, but Al-Darmaki refused to let go.
You can finish it off here.
This is not good! This is not good!
Oh!
It's over!
Rear naked choke, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Goddard.
Whoa! What?
The referee had to physically intervene to save the opponent, which led to the fighter shoving the referee twice. At that point, the celebration was over. Because holding a choke after the tap is one of the most serious violations in combat sports. Referees don't get nearly enough credit. They step inside the most dangerous rooms in sports, making split-second decisions, managing adrenaline-flooded athletes, and sometimes, as we've just seen, getting punched, kicked, choked,
Naked choke on Brandon Gallows. This is serious.
shoved, and even booted for their trouble. Which of these wildest fighter versus referee moments shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more chaos, confusion, and fights that spiral completely out of control.